back to my show. This is the first episode of my series, How I Write Guitar Solos. I appreciate you coming. Um, First, a little bit of background. I first received my guitar, an acoustic guitar, back when I was 16 years old. My parents got that for me. It was a cheap guitar, but it was mine, and I learned on that that first year especially. But it was very hard to press down on the guitar strings, and but I persevered. I practiced 6 to 8 hours a day for that first year, and pretty much, and I learned chords and lines, and eventually started dabbling with the electric guitar. My parents that fall got me a Gibson ES-335, and I wanted to get a guitar that the Beatles had. And John, George, and Paul had Epiphone Casinos. I didn't really know the difference at the time, but I knew that Gibson was, according to my father, that was a great brand, still is, and the ES-335 looked just like their guitars, and that's what I learned on. And the first electric guitar solo that I learned was Let It Be, the album cut where George came back later and overdubbed his solo. And learning that guitar solo showed me something. It showed me what a guitar solo is supposed to do, and that is to elevate the song, push it forward, keep the emotional connection, and take it to another level. And that's what George does. Let me demonstrate. And those slides and those bends and that vibrato just captures that emotion that Paul is trying to convey. And George just takes it another step further and elevates the song to what it is. The double notes, the growl, the slides. And I know that George probably bends some of those notes into from the lower notes to the higher notes, but I having 10 gauge strings at standard tuning, it was difficult for me to bend the guitar strings. Later on, I understood how lighter gauge strings makes it easier to bend, but I never really learned that technique. I instead learned to use my fingers and slide into notes. And so George does that. I slide. I'm sure he bends, but the point is to convey that emotion. And so in my solo of the first song, and that's what this series is about, I strive to do the same thing. I understood that that's what you do for the song, is to further it along with the solo and carry that emotion forward. So let's hear my solo. You'll hear the bridge, the solo, and then a little bit of the last verse. And then I'll demonstrate it for you.
Another place and time is where we belong. Old-fashioned is what we are, but it's working so far because it's season.
So, point of note, I'm not tuned to standard. I'm tuned 2 steps lower than standard tuning, to a C instead of E, for example. And I'm still going to refer to the notes on the fretboard as they are standard, but know that my guitar is tuned down. So here's the solo. And it's those slides that really get you. I start pretty innocuously. You know, and it's a major scale. And then I slide. Right there. And those are the slides that take the emotion to another level. And that template from learning George Harrison's solo on Let It Be, that's what I take. That's the idea. That's what I use in all my songs. Sometimes it's a piano. Sometimes it's a organ. Sometimes it's a clean guitar. Sometimes it's a growly, grittier guitar. It all depends on the song and the style and what sounds appropriate and what you hear in your head. And that's what I have for my song, It's So Easy. So, thank you for tuning in. Tune in again for the second episode when I talk about the second song on my album, It's So Easy, and the guitar solo on it. Again, if you haven't, click like, please. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And look for my album if you haven't streamed it already. Just type in Ray Ayala. It's So Easy, that's the name of the album, in your favorite streaming service, and you'll get my album. So until next time, I'll see you.